To be honest, I don't remember exactly how the idea came up to build a court, but Mike and I were shopping in Walmart in Montevideo, and we saw these breakaway rims that were on sale there for like $15 or something. It was just, and everything clicked from there. We decided that we were going to put these rims up and make a court.
And I don't know where it all came from. We came up with ideas. I'm sure we kicked around ideas, like at my house, at Rob's house, different places of, hey, where can we put something up? And I don't, I can't be the one to recall, but we ended up coming up with, for whatever reason, Rob's house back where it's located now behind the shed, which, was perfect.
Just so happened the perfect place and perfect size seemed to be at my house.
The Sneller farm out there where Rob lived with his parents, they just had this little niche out there in the grove. We had the shed. It was on the east side of the property. And then we had woods that surrounded the north and the west side. And there was cornfield or soybean field to the south. And in that little area was just this little grass patch that Rob used to mow, or Evan used to mow. Evan was Rob's dad. And they took care of that. And then Rob just said, well, let's put up a court out here. I don't know where Rob got the idea, but he was situated north and south. We had a north rim and we had a south rim. A lot of the dunking occurred on the south rim because the court itself was slanted. It actually went downhill towards the south slope, or towards the south hoop.
And we actually started out by looking for a pole. And one of the original poles actually came from a dump site along the Dike Road by Granite Falls that we dug up from underneath a bunch of trash and ended up stealing that out of there. I don't know if it was stealing or if it was actually a junk pile.
And like I say, again, Rob seemed to always be like, in this, I never thought of this at the time, but afterwards I think, man, he was always just kind of taking charge and making it happen, because before you knew it, our ideas on paper, were him getting plywood for the backboards.
The plywood was actually donated to us from Woodlake Lumber, from Tony Mensing's dad. He gave us the material for that. That was his donation to the court. I don't know if it was to try to keep Tony out of trouble, but we might have gotten him into more trouble more times than not. But that was the original theory behind it, was he gave that to us to let us have some fun, and it was good innocent fun out there. Or he trusted us, one of the two.
And all of a sudden Rob's is like, hey, we got a court going on. Let's come out and play. We can dunk on it. We can play games. We can do all of it, whatever out there after school.
I was very impressed. I had a lot less expectations of when I actually went out there. It got bragged up a lot in school, and I didn't expect to see quite what I did.
Didn't really have a good idea as far as what they had over there. Other than they kind of said they had built the court. I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of it, to be honest, just because it was kind of an amateur thing, putting it together. But I got over there, and it was actually a pretty nice setup where they had it. And as far as the posts and the rims and the backboards were all pretty nicely put together and set up to begin with.
And just one night they asked me to come out there and play some court ball. So I was like, sounds good, I like basketball, we'll go out and play a little basketball. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but came out there, played a little bit, and ended up I was a lifer. Loved it.
Yeah, it was quite an imaginative idea that actually came to pass, and I think we're all glad that it was one of them that we actually pulled off.
Being sophomores at that age, that's a pretty cool idea on Rob's part.
I just wanted to be out there as much as possible.